I've accepted, based off of Diana Rossini's reporting, that there is a real dilemma within the Vikings organization where ultimately it seems that KOC is the head decision maker on this front, whether or not to bring in Aaron Rodgers to be the new starting quarterback for the Vikings in 2025. And although that is a thing that I'm sure we'll figure out at some point in time, hopefully sooner rather than later, that dilemma is not holding up the Vikings on making the necessary moves to continue to build up this roster. Going to bed last night because I go to sleep early, get an alert on my phone, and this was the fifth time in a week where I had to rub my eyes to make sure that I wasn't losing it. What? The first four times I had to do that was with the four players that the Vikings added on the trenches, two on both sides of the ball. And last night, it was announced that the Minnesota Vikings are trading with the San Francisco 49ers for running back Jordan Mason and pick 187 for a future sixth-round pick, as well as pick 160 in this year's draft. I'm here to tell you right now, folks, I damn near fell out my bed when I saw that breaking news. For those that don't know, Jordan Mason is an RB2 by association, but he has all the talent in the world to be an RB1. North-south runner, bruising, physical carrier with the football. Last year with the San Francisco 49ers having to fill in for the injured Christian McCaffrey, he did his damn job, averaging 5.2 yards per carry. 12 games played, 6 starts, nearly 800 yards on the ground. And when C-Mac came back, made his return, okay, he's the top dog, RB1. Go ahead and take the lead. Jordan Mason, you take the back seat. McCaffrey never recovered. He was never the same guy. If anything, Mason was the better running back last year than McCaffrey. But because Kyle Shanahan was so stuck on hoping that McCaffrey would return to form, they actually cost themselves wins by playing McCaffrey over Jordan Mason. Jordan Mason with Aaron Jones, that is a bona fide running back by committee. That you don't have to worry about running Aaron Jones into the ground. He'll be 31 years old next season. Jordan Mason, he's going to be 26. You've got a 1-2 punch that can make things happen on the ground, making it easier for whoever the quarterback is going to be for this Vikings team in 2025. Kwesi Adofo-Mensah has rung the bell at every single thing that we have asked for so far. Where it's like, all right, you want a legit team? You want players in the trenches? You need a running back? You want impact players? Here you go. And I'm like, oh, God, okay. I'm so used to bitching and moaning, not getting results. Now the results are here. And it's like, Ricky Bobby, I don't know what to do with my hands right now. This is great. Give this man an extension. And actually, I think it was the last video I did, or maybe the one before that, after signing the two trench players on both sides of the ball, Javon Hargrave, Jonathan Allen, Will Fries, Ryan Kelly, where I said, man, you know what? This opens up all the flexibility in the world for this team when it comes to the draft. That I did a mock draft, and at pick 24, all right, I'll go Omarion Hampton, the running back from North Carolina, because, all right, you got Aaron Jones, you brought him back, but you need somebody else. Now, trading for Jordan Mason, you don't need a running back. Or if you do, take him at the very end. With pick 187, that swap that you did, where you give him 160, maybe at pick 187, you take a running back for the hell of it. But in the top half of the draft, especially if you trade down from 24, you don't need a running back whatsoever. And going back to this trade, man, they got this beast of a running back, essentially for Ed Ingram. Traded away Ed Ingram to the Texans for a 6th-round pick. They give up a 6th-round pick for Jordan Mason. That is amazing. And talking about this sport, particularly this time of year, that is the offseason. The singular word that is dry hump the most amongst all the media outlets is value. Well, I tell you what, man, I want to so bad say that there's no greater example across the league this offseason in value than this, but that's jumping ahead of my skis. I need to do more research, what have you. But when it comes to the Vikings moves, this is the greatest achievement of max value right here. Kwesi is crushing it. This is going to be such a damn good team next year that I cannot wait to see what happens. And as far as now, what do they do in the draft? Now that they don't have to take a running back early anyway, if they are going to do it at the end. Colston Loveland, tight end from Michigan. Take a tight end. I'm all for it. You can kind of get ahead to say, all right, TJ Hawkinson, are you going to be the guy? You got to prove it this year, or should we start to get ahead of it and move on for 2026? You have options. The Vikings, they can do whatever it is they want in this draft, and that is crazy. They're not sitting around with their hands under their butt cheeks waiting to see if they're going to bring in Aaron Rodgers. No, they are not going to allow this decision to hold them hostage for the rest of this offseason trying to build up this team. They are making things happen. Kwesi Adofo-Mensah, again, well done.